Deserts cover a major part of the world's surface, roughly one-fifth. They occur when rainfall is less than 30 centimeters a year. Deserts are part of a wider range of dry lands. The temperatures can vary anywhere between 50 degrees Celsius during the day and below zero during the night. The soil in deserts has a lot of nutrients, but is low on organic matter. Because of all these extreme conditions, the dominant animals are reptiles, which are cold-blooded. Here we have three pictures. There is a warm and a cold desert, as well as a desert oasis. Oases are isolated areas of vegetation, similar looking to ponds or small lakes. And now here's the distribution of deserts in the world. The biggest desert in the world is the Sahara Desert, which covers roughly 9 million kilometers squared. Most of the deserts are found between 20 degrees and 35 degrees north and south of the equator. Some examples of deserts are the Namib Desert, Atacama, Gobi, etc. The primary distinction between deserts and other biomes is the amount of rainfall they receive. Deserts receive less than 30 centimeters a year, which is only 10% of the 2,000 that rainforests get. The temperature can change drastically from day to night just because the air is so dry and that heat escapes rapidly at night. The soil is very dry and not mineral rich. Here we have some of the main animals and plants in the desert: cacti, shortgrass, tumbleweeds. Plants have to compensate for the lack of water. Cacti store the water in their stems and use it very slowly, while, for example, bushes or grass have large root systems to gather more water. Here are some animals, for example, the zerkel, camel, and the armadillo. Animals usually stay inside the shade, burrow into the ground, stay inactive during the day, or they simply don't store fat in the whole body, but rather concentrate it in certain parts, such as the hump or the tail, because fat generates more heat. There are three types of symbiosis: parasitism, mutualism, and commensalism. In commensalism, one of the animals benefits, but the other is unharmed, as this is the case of the hawk and the hawk and the cactus, excuse me. As for parasitism, it happens when one of the animals benefits but the other is harmed. This is the case of the cactus and the elf owl, because the owl has to open a hole so it can stay inside the cactus, and this way the cactus is harmed. In mutualism, both animals or species uh, benefit from each other. This would be the case of the cactus, saguaro cactus, and the long-nosed bat. In the desert, the food chain, regardless of the biome, starts with the energy from the sun, which is then turned into glucose by plants or primary producers. In deserts, this could be cacti, acacias, annual flowers, or bushes. After that come the plant eaters, primary consumers, which could be insects, lizards, or rodents. Next come small predators such as lizards, which are then eaten by larger predators such as hawks or foxes. This can be seen in the diagram. Humans can have a positive or negative impact on deserts. They have a positive effect because sometimes they replant organisms that are burned by wildfires because of the high temperatures, or they could have reservations for endangered animals and other threatened species living in the desert. However, the negatives far outweigh the positives. When humans pollute the atmosphere, they could drive through deserts, which destroys vegetation, drilling for fossil fuels, which also removes fossil water from natural reservoirs. They could use deserts for military exercise, hunting desert animals, or they could just massive waste emitted by their industries and personal needs. Thank you.